Hi, my name is Emily Chambers, and I'm doing my presentation on Andrea Herrera, the CEO and owner of Amazing Edibles Gourmet Catering. I did my internship with Andrea at Amazing Edibles a few months ago, and it was a great experience. Andrea's company is 20 years old. She started it out of her house and then moved into a small space in the suburbs. She worked there for 10 years, and it was just her and a chef. And it blossomed into this $1 million a year business. She does catering. She caters everything from small lunches and breakfasts and dinners at businesses to elaborate events at weddings and corporate gatherings and holiday parties and things like that. Most of her business, though, is from corporate lunches and dinners and breakfasts and recurring customers that she has from those. She got started in this because she worked in hospitality for as long as she could remember, whether she was a server at a hotel restaurant or working in the sales department. She then became an event manager at a hotel and just decided that she wanted to work for herself when her son was born and provide a better life for her family. I asked her a question like what her struggles and everything were, and at first she said everything was just very, very difficult. She was working up to 15 hours a day and trying to raise her son at the same time. At this point in her life, she started second guessing herself and as if this was a good idea. But as she stuck with it and just kept moving on, things got easier for her. The first thing that she realized was that she was a business person and not a chef. So that is when she decided she needed to have the chef and she would just take care of the business side. The most difficult thing was the recruiting process for her. She had all this experience in hospitality, but she never had any experience in HR recruiting. And so finding this chef that she was going to trust and rely on was a pretty difficult process for her. So she just did a lot of research. She got some advice from a few friends that had their own business and figured out, great recruiting techniques and skills that she needed to find good people, let alone retain them. And retaining her employees had been a pretty big struggle for her over the years, just because a low-level, entry-level position at her company is a very low-paying job. So trying to keep employees happy when they're not making a lot of money was pretty difficult for her. But she came up with a bunch of different employee incentive programs, like Employee of the Month. She had monthly gatherings at like a restaurant or a bar, or places just to do team building and have her staff get to know each other, so coming to work would be more enjoyable for them. She started to really enjoy the process of interviewing once she got good at it and figured out her selling points during the interview process, and coming up with all these incentive programs was really fun for her because she wanted her employees to be happy, because she realized that was the only way that her business was going to be able to operate. Another struggle for her starting out was finding the financing. She wasn't the type of person that had the guts to just ask friends or family members to invest in her company. She wasn't very good at that aspect of it, and at that time it wasn't very hard to get a small business loan, and that's what she did. But she was second guessing herself as if she could even pay back the business loan, if this was a good idea, how much the interest was going to be. She said it was just a very big juggling process, and she was doubting herself a lot. But advice that she gave to me as someone who wants to open a business someday is to never second guess yourself. If you're going to do something like this, to jump in it full confidence and just do it and go for it. And if you don't do that, you're going to struggle, and it's going to be very hard to show your confidence to future customers and investors alone. Over the years, her favorite part of being an entrepreneur has been the networking. She's met so many people not only in the hospitality industry, but other small business owners along the way, and figured out how they've done things to make their business successful, and she's used some of those techniques in her business to do the same thing. When I was working for her, I did a cooking class for a small business organization that she was in, where a bunch of entrepreneurs get together and talk about these things that help make their business grow. And I got to meet a bunch of these different people. Someone had a popcorn seasoning business, and then there was Andrea. Other people had tech businesses. So it was interesting to see how you can learn from other people who are entrepreneurs and not necessarily in the hospitality business. She said, it's very important to stay motivated, and it's very easy to lose sight of what you are doing, but the person that can keep their eye on the prize is the person that's going to succeed. So her bottom line was just stay extremely motivated and do your research. Make sure you learn as much as you can before you invest your life savings and your life into opening your own business and running it successfully. And that's it. Thanks.